A military operation in a harsh storm sets a tense, high-stakes tone. An operative named Diaz is sent into a high-interference zone to get a visual on a target, navigating extreme weather and a tight window of opportunity provided by satellite intel, hinting at advanced, covert missions. Veteran Jacob Diaz arrives in the desert city of Redrock, reuniting with his old friend Seb. Looking for a fresh start, Jake seems weary from his travels and his past. Seb welcomes him warmly, offering him a place to stay and a chance to clean up his life. Jacob's past trauma surfaces through jarring glitches caused by his military implant. His memory is blurry, especially his time in the service. Seb, concerned but supportive, gives him a high-tech Silvercorp lens and reveals he secured Jacob a job, hoping it will help him get back on his feet. Seb introduces Jake to the tech-saturated world of Redrock, a city dominated by the Silver Corporation. Automated cop bots patrol the streets, a symbol of the company's pervasive influence. Seb is a true believer in Silvercorp's founder, while Jake remains skeptical of the corporate-controlled environment. On his first day, Jacob reports for duty and meets his no-nonsense boss, Carrie Rigby. She's unimpressed by his tardiness and immediately puts him to work, emphasizing that his role requires him to follow orders without question. His security duties begin right away in the central hub. Jacob's first task is to decommission several malfunctioning security bots that have gone rogue. He's sent to the inner perimeter, where he discovers the bots are behaving erratically, grouping together for an unknown purpose. He's forced to disable them, finding the entire situation deeply unsettling. Rigby assigns Jacob to investigate a potential corporate theft. An employee named Matthew Conti has taken a valuable piece of tech, a prototype circuit board. Using the extensive CCTV network, Jacob is tasked with tracking the subject's movements through the Silvercorp facility to uncover his intentions. Jacob remotely pilots a stealth drone to tail Conti, who is clearly trying to avoid being followed. A chase leads them out of the city toward the deserted Redrock Plains. It becomes apparent that Conti isn't going home, but rather to a clandestine meeting. The drone observes Conti stashing the stolen technology in an abandoned factory, confirming it's a drop-off. Rigby instructs Jacob to hold his position and watch the package, wanting to see who comes to retrieve the valuable tech. The mystery of the buyer deepens. Jacob asks Seb to help him break into Hunter Morrison's sealed office, believing it holds answers about his implant. Seb is furious, feeling used and lied to. He points out the massive personal and professional risk, creating a major rift in their friendship over Jacob's single-minded quest. While alone in Morrison's office, Jacob experiences an intense, vivid flashback to a chaotic combat mission. The glitch reveals a traumatic hostage situation from his military past, a memory that had been buried. The experience leaves him shaken, realizing his implant holds deeply suppressed memories of violence. Now in a company car, Jacob speeds toward the plains to intercept the pickup of the stolen tech. Rigby and CTO Lars Okada monitor his progress, discussing the high stakes. They confirm a large, well-organized group of criminals is on site, waiting for the package in the dark. After a brutal shootout, Jacob eliminates the criminals at the drop site. Rigby arrives with backup, and they discover the dead mercenaries belong to a group called Red Sand. Rigby confiscates Jacob's weapon for analysis and sends him home, leaving him with more questions than answers. Rigby awakens Jacob to interrogate Conti, the employee who stole the PCB. Under pressure, Conti reveals he was forced to help a group jam Silver's network. He panics when he sees Jacob's implant, mentioning a tattooed man with a prosthetic arm and similar tech on his neck. Conti's intel leads Jacob to the Backniner Territory, an off-grid trailer park, in search of a hacker known as Little John. The area is a blind spot for Silvercorp's surveillance, making it a perfect hideout. Jacob must navigate the unwelcoming community to find his target. As he drives, Jacob reflects on his long history with Seb, recalling a time in high school when he defended Seb from bullies. The memory highlights their deep bond, which is now being tested by the secrets and dangers of Jacob's new life and his obsessive quest for answers. After finding Little John murdered, Jacob is framed and forced to flee the enraged Backniners. He spots the red sand mercs responsible for the killing and gives chase. With a massive sandstorm limiting visibility, he desperately tries to keep their truck in sight. Following his only lead, the chase leads to the second hacker, who identifies herself as Robin Hood. She's armed and hostile, believing Jacob killed her partner. He convinces her they have a common enemy in the mercenaries attacking her home, forcing a tense and reluctant alliance to escape the firefight together. Now safe, the hacker introduces herself as Charlie. She and Jacob discuss the man who hired her, a tattooed jerk with a robotic arm and the same neck implant as Jacob. A wary trust begins to form as they realize their paths are intertwined through this mysterious, dangerous figure. Rigby formally interrogates Jacob, suspicious of his convenient arrival at Silvercorp and his connection to the tattooed man. He admits to having significant memory loss from his time in the service, revealing he came to Silvercorp because he believes it holds the key to his past. The interrogation is cut short when Jacob is unexpectedly summoned to the home of the reclusive billionaire CEO, Marco Silva. The personal invitation is highly unusual, leaving Jacob and Seb wondering about the gravity of the situation and how to handle the notoriously intelligent and eccentric man. Silva, a charismatic but intense figure, takes Jacob in his personal flying car to a lavish party. His goal is to strong-arm the mayor into approving his upcoming rocket launch. The event is a tense gathering of corporate and political elites, showcasing the high-stakes power games of Redrock. During the party, Silva is drugged and abducted by the red sand. Jacob, fighting off the attackers, commandeers a skycar to pursue the kidnappers. The chase is a desperate attempt to rescue his boss and prevent the mercenaries from delivering him to their mysterious employer. After a wild rescue, a drunk and disoriented Silva reveals a shocking truth. He knew about Jacob's implant all along. He orchestrated Jacob's hiring to keep a close watch on him, admitting he was a person of interest from the very beginning. He promises answers in time. Silva, suspecting his assistant Claudia, tasks Jacob with a covert mission. He needs to swap Claudia's personal lens with a duplicate to monitor her communications. Jacob enlists Charlie's hacking skills to acquire the untraceable gear necessary for the sensitive operation, strengthening their alliance. Jacob pilots a tiny pincer drone into Claudia's upscale apartment. Guided by Charlie, he navigates the vents and finds incriminating evidence, including a map of the trailer park where Charlie's partner was killed. This confirms Claudia's deep involvement in the conspiracy and makes the mission personal for Charlie. Pleased with his work, Silva offers Jacob a gift, reactivating his implant to its full potential. He claims CTO Lars Okada can help restore his lost memories while simultaneously empowering him. Jacob is hesitant, worried about the tech that has already caused him so much trouble. Jacob undergoes the procedure with Okada, which successfully reactivates his implant. The process links him to a new drone companion, the DC-2, and immediately stimulates his memory centers. He experiences a powerful flashback, seeing his former military superior, Travis Conrad, now working for the mayor. Charlie uncovers a major lead. A shell company linked to Hunter Morrison has been paying for a penthouse at the Macedonian Hotel since his disappearance. Believing he might be hiding there, she sends Jacob to investigate the mysterious, long-term residence for signs of the elusive genius. Arriving at the penthouse, Jacob finds it's been ransacked by red sand mercenaries. After fighting his way through them, he and Charlie crack a hidden safe. Inside, they discover legal documents that provide another clue to Morrison's whereabouts, pointing toward an old, abandoned mine. Through the swapped lens, Charlie intercepts a call between Claudia and her contact, the man with the tattoos. Charlie instantly recognizes his voice as the one who hired her to hack Silvercorp. His name is Bert Summers, a figure from Jacob's military past. Jacob pursues Claudia in a chaotic car chase through the city. Marco Silva joins on the line, trading insults with his treacherous former assistant. Claudia expertly evades Jacob, but not before taunting him, cryptically suggesting that he's fighting against his own kind. Following the lead from the penthouse, Jacob ventures into a disused mine and discovers a hidden, high-tech bunker. There, he comes face to face with Hunter Morrison, who is very much alive. The eccentric genius has been living in seclusion for years, surrounded by his strange experiments. Morrison helps Jacob restore his memories fully, revealing the truth of the disastrous mission. Jacob's original drone encountered a strange energy in an underground cave and went berserk, killing his squad. Morrison explains Jacob didn't fail, but discovered something ancient and powerful that day. Morrison tasks Jacob with placing a series of mysterious devices called ODTs at key power sources around Redrock. He partners with Charlie, who is shocked by the sci-fi nature of the tech. Together, they begin the strange mission, with Morrison guiding them from his bunker. Jacob is contacted by Travis Conrad, his former military superior. Travis threatens Seb and Charlie, blackmailing Jacob into carrying out a sniper mission for him. This act establishes Travis as a direct antagonist, working against Jacob and connected to the dark events of his past. Through his next task, Jacob must infiltrate the fully automated Redrock penitentiary. With Charlie's expert hacking and his own stealth skills, he navigates the robotic guards and security systems to place another of Morrison's ODTs on the prison's main transmitter, narrowly avoiding detection. Charlie confirms that Bert Summers, after being severely injured in the desert incident, founded the Red Sand Mercenaries. He works for the ruthless former commanding officer, Colonel Lamry. This connects all the dots, revealing a military conspiracy targeting Silvercorp, with Jacob at its center. Silva and Rigby crash a meeting between Mayor Vega and General Lamry, exposing their conspiracy to sell Silvercorp's bot technology. The confrontation erupts into chaos as the bots in the hangar, influenced by a strange virus, malfunction and attack everyone, including the mayor. After escaping the shootout, Jacob rushes a wounded Marco Silva to Morrison's bunker for medical attention. The reunion between the two former partners is hostile and full of resentment. Before passing out, Silva entrusts Jacob with the launch key for his prized rocket, demanding it launches no matter what. With Silva safe, Jacob calls him to return the favor. A grateful Silva finally reveals what happened to Jacob's corrupted military implant. It's been on display in a case in his house the entire time. However, he warns that the data chip is toxic, having destroyed every computer it touched. From his bunker, Morrison activates the network of ODTs Jacob placed. This triggers a massive, mysterious beam of energy that shoots into the sky from the city center. The spectacular event plunges the city into further chaos as General Lamry declares martial law. Redrock is now a war zone under military lockdown. Rigby guides Jacob through the city as he flees from Lamry's forces after a violent crash. Meanwhile, Lamry's takeover of the Silvercorp factory is complete, using the chaos as cover for his ultimate plan. Claudia ambushes Jacob in the desert, forcing him at gunpoint to dig his own grave. But before she can execute him, they are attacked by a monstrous sand creature. Forced into a temporary, desperate alliance, they fight off the beast together, with Jacob ultimately sparing her life. Marco needs a specific transponder from his mansion to locate the captured Hunter Morrison. He warns Jacob that the house is surrounded by Lamry's men. Jacob, now a skilled operative, uses a sniper rifle to clear a path and infiltrates his boss's heavily guarded home. Jacob races to Charlie's safe house to save her from Bert, but he's too late. He's forced to watch as Bert mercilessly kills her. Enraged, Jacob engages his former squadmate in a brutal fight to the death, finally avenging Charlie by destroying the cyborg. Jacob pilots a massive rocket transport through the factory, defending it from hostile bots in order to launch a satellite equipped with the transponder. The high-risk mission is their only chance to track Hunter Morrison's location after his capture by Lamry's forces. Before hunting for Morrison, Jacob ensures Seb gets to safety. In a tense farewell on the factory roof, Jacob apologizes for endangering him. He directs Seb to hide out in Morrison's old penthouse, promising to find him after he rescues Hunter and ends the conflict. Jacob tracks Morrison's signal to an ancient buried ziggurat, the same one from his past. Inside, he finds a complex energy puzzle. Guided by instinct, he solves it, which activates a powerful glowing orb at the structure's core. Lamry's soldiers appear, having used him to unlock the artifact. Lamry reveals his plan and leaves Jacob and Morrison for dead inside the collapsing ziggurat. Jacob manages to rescue a shaken Morrison, and they fight their way out. The orb is a gift from an ancient race, and Lamry intends to use its power. The group reconvenes at Morrison's bunker. They realize Lamry is using the orb to control an ever-growing army of advanced robots. The orb itself is the source of the virus corrupting all technology, and its power is what links back to Jacob's own unique altered DNA. In a final desperate gambit, Jacob and Rigby team up to assault Lamry's hidden military base. They fight side by side through the heavily fortified tunnels leading from the ziggurat, determined to find Lamry, retrieve the orb, and start this plan for global domination. Lamry confronts Jacob, revealing they're both kin, descendants of an ancient powerful race. He claims they were made to prepare for their creator's return. He urges Jacob to join him in forging a new civilization, but Jacob rejects his twisted vision, and a climactic battle ensues. With Lamry defeated, the orb's immense power opens a portal, revealing the kin are coming for a harvest. Realizing his unique kin DNA is the only thing that can close it, Jacob makes the ultimate sacrifice. He says his goodbyes and steps into the portal, saving humanity.